Hi, it's Angie here from Canterbury Trails Farm. Today I'm going to show you how to process dried mint and some suggestions for its use. As you all know, I grow a lot of our own medicinal herbs for things that obviously aren't life-threatening. We have nothing against doctors and the medical practice. In fact, I have quite a number of my own health issues that I see doctors for. But when possible, we like to replace modern-day narcotics and over-the-counter medicines with things that we can make ourselves and control what is in them. So today we're talking about mint. This is peppermint, spearmint, any other kinds of mint. I started out growing spearmint years ago, and then I planted some peppermint, and somewhere along the line the mints crossed. So now it's pepper spear or spear peppermint. I don't know. It's all the same. It's all got all the same properties. And just been growing from the same batch. It reseeds and repopulates. Do not ever put mint anywhere you don't want it to stay forever because it is so hard to get rid of. If you watched my video on yarrow, then you know that I showed you where I had to rip out all the mint. In some of my other earlier garden videos, you can see the mint will just take over everything and choke things out. So I had to pull it out every once in a while by the root and try to get rid of it. Some of it like went where it wasn't supposed to do. So first of all, let's talk about mint. It's good for digestive issues, gas, cramp, anything like that, heartburn. Also, probably really well known for being used as a relaxer. It calms you down, helps with stress, helps with anxiety, helps with insomnia. A lot of people don't know it also has anti-inflammatory properties, so it can be used in pain medicine. Menthol that is contained within the mint family helps break up mucus and phlegm, so it's good for any kind of respiratory ailment or stuffed up sinus issue, a decongestant. It's good for dental rinses. Just rinse with mint water if you have gum issues or just chronic bad breath. It's antimicrobial, and so it will, clean and fresh. A couple things to know: you should avoid mint products if you have gallstones and if you have GERD. So also, if you're on any other kind of medicines from your doctor or prescriptions, as always with all herb products, you should consult your doctor before taking it because there might be some contradictions. So how do you use mint? After you dry your mint, you cut the mint and hang it to dry. However you do that, either you have a old hanger you're hanging it on with a clip or a rubber band or a hook on the wall or a actual herb drying rack. That's awesome. You can just spread it on a paper towel. You can put it in a paper bag, brown paper bag, just leave it open. Put it on a paper plate, anywhere where the air can circulate, and you dry it. It takes about 3 weeks for it to get completely crunchy. You want it to be a complete crunch on it. Completely crunchy. So when it gets to that point, depending on your climate, if you have a more wet climate, then it's probably going to take a little bit longer than if you're living in a dry climate to dry completely. You want 2 to 3 teaspoons of dried mint, which I'm going to show you how to process that, and to about 8 ounces of boiling water. And you always want to let herbs steep. I always put it in the tea bag or the tea, however I'm putting it in the cup in the infuser or a tea ball, and I cover my cup with a saucer or a cup cover. Some teacups and mugs are coming with little covers now. Cover it so nothing can escape. It holds all that steam in there, and let it steep for 10 minutes before drinking it. This will ensure that your tea has really infused with the water. Most of the time what I do with mint, I use it as a flavor enhancer too in a lot of medicinal teas. Because if you've taken any medicinal teas, you know that some of them can taste really bad. They can be bitter, they can be sharp, they can be unnaturally tangy. Valerian, which is a sedative, tastes like an old gym sock smells. It's really bad. That's what I use it a lot in a lot of teas to mask the flavor of the unpleasant herbs. So those are some uses. So let's look at the actual herb. What I do is I just take my cluster from the garden and I put a rubber band around it when it's fresh, and I tie it all together, and then I hang it on my herb rack. And then I just let it dry. And how I'm going to use this is, I don't want these sticky sticks. Some people use them. But I'm just going to, it's really easy just to run your finger along the stick and your leaves are going to pop right off. If your leaves don't come right off, it's probably not dry enough, because they will come right off with no problems if they are dried. And you'll have like this stick left. pull it off like that. Alright, now we have just our crunchy leaves. Now, some people just leave it like this, and you could, that's fine. I like to cut mine up a little bit. What I normally do is I just put it, and I have this airtight, the old jars with the ring, the rubber ring, just an airtight container. And I'm just going to use some scissors to give it a few chops. I like to do it down in the other herbs because it has oil, mint oil, and that way it keeps it all in there. I'm just going to give it a few chops to get those bigger ones, because I use most of my mint I use in tea bags, because I do medicinal teas and I put them in the tea bags, and we have them just like you would use any other kind of over-the-counter product. So there it is when it's all cut up, and I'm just going to put it in my airtight container. My sticks, I'm just going to return to my compost bin, and those will get composted. That's all there is to it. You use a lot of peppermint, and the kids also like to make iced tea in the summer to infuse just like regular iced tea, sun tea. They put the mint leaves in. They just make a mint tea out of it. You can also mix it with just regular tea and the mint leaves, or by itself. But they love to make mint tea too, and it's a nice cooling drink in the summertime too. But for the most part, I use it as a flavor enhancer or as an ingredient in medicinal tea. So that's the real easy and simple way to grow mint, peppermint, spearmint, any of the mints, chocolate mint. There's all kinds of mints. They're aggressive growers, and they grow very well in very different soils and in lots of different climates. They're easy to pick and dry, and they're easy to use. So this has been Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Thanks for joining us. Bye.